Hi, I'm Mark Tremonti, and you're watching Loudwire. You know, I think we kind of expected it when we came out with Creed. You know, the critics were fine with us, and then all of a sudden it became real popular, and then it just got panned by everybody. You know, we were just used to it. You know, it's I forget. I think it was Michael Jackson who had said, you know, if you have 1 million people that love you, you're going to have 1 million people that hate you, and it's true. But when Alter Bridge started, we were just kind of expecting it. You know, we knew that we had our fan base that was going to buy it, and we knew that we were going to have the same, you know, the same critics that would pan the Creed records would pan the Alter Bridge records. But when we did hear the Creed Part 2 stuff here in the States, and then we'd go over to Europe, and all of a sudden in Europe it started just taking off because Creed wasn't a big band in Europe. It just pushed us, drove us to sound different as we possibly could than Creed. And then when we came out with Blackbird, I think that's when the critics and everybody started turning around. I think that's when our sound turned around, because I think we were trying to be a little safe going from Creed to Alter Bridge, and tried to keep the songwriting intact and not make it too drastically different to lose whatever base we had built. But with Blackbird, I finally said, screw it, let's try and take this in as much of a different direction as possible. We added Miles on the guitar, so we were a 2-guitar band at that time, and came out. I think we wrote the best song that I've ever had anything to do with in Miles and everybody else. Blackbird was still probably my favorite song. The only old school one I have to this day is, I've got Centaur, and I've got the old haunted house, the 3-level haunted house machine. I had both of the Pinball 2000s with the 3D screen on top, but I gave one to my manager because his son was a big Star Wars fan, and it was, I had the Attack from Mars. But I got rid of that one too. I just like the Williams Bally, Medieval Madness, the Monster Bash, the Star Trek Next Generation Pinball, the Theater of Magic. That, you know, just those are all my favorites. Indiana Jones I got rid of that one, but I'd say Medieval Madness is my favorite. Some of the new Stern pinball machines I don't like as much as the Williams Bally ones. You know, they're just they're different. You know, there's Jersey Jack has a new pinball company. He's a friend of mine, and he just came out with the Wizard of Oz machine, and the critics are going crazy about it because he's, you know, since Williams Bally went out of business, pinball hasn't really done anything. It's just kind of doing the same thing but using more mass-produced parts. It's almost like an old amplifier, guitar amplifier, and a new one. The old Williams machines feel smooth and rich and warm, and like you can, the ball hits much smoother, whereas the new machines are kind of stiff and mass-produced. But now, with Jersey Jack Pinball, he went and bought up all the old bumpers and all the old mechanics for some of the old machines and put them into these great new machines that have LCD lighting. So there's the sound systems and the lightings and the computer screens and everything are 10 times what they used to be, and but he kept the feel of the old machines. So I think he just came out with the new Hobbit machine too. It's his second machine.